Up on News 20 at 5, a young man's 18th birthday became his last after being murdered by his own friend. Now, 2 years later, after the tragedy, the suspect has been found guilty. Also, student protesters boldly rallied at the Board of Governors meeting against House Bill 999 and its removal of diversity, equity, and inclusion programs. But prepare for an exciting weekend because WrestleMania 39 is just days away. We've got a lot in store, so don't go anywhere. You're watching News 20 at 5.
Live from Florida A&M University on the highest of 7 hills in the capital city, covering every corner of the Big Bend. This is the award-winning Family TV 20 News.
Welcome to News 20 at 5. I'm Abrea Ruffin.
And I am Destiny Gaines. We have a lot of news to cover today, but first, our own Anissa Carby is here with us live in the newsroom with a live update. Anissa?
Thank you, Destiny. A Quincy man was just found guilty 2 years after executing a friend on the victim's 18th birthday. Mario Saylor Jr. was convicted of first-degree murder and armed robbery with a firearm after the jury deliberated for 2 hours. He faces a minimum of 40 years in prison for the murder of Jalen Jones. Saylor allegedly lured Jones into the woods before killing and robbing him. Jones was found shot in the head the morning of his 18th birthday. Protests arose once again right here on Florida A&M University's campus in opposition to Florida House Bill 999. Students were heard chanting, "I'm black and I'm proud," and HB 999, Ron DeSantis has lost his mind, in disagreement with the bill. If brought into law, the bill will defund programs that impact Florida universities negatively. Students were urged to voice their concerns on April 13th at the FAMU Day on the Capitol. Back to you, Destiny, with more on the issue.
And just yesterday, Florida Students for a Democratic Society and Community Action Committee chapters traveled to Tallahassee's Railroad Square to rally against Florida House Bill 999. Members from the different organizations shaped their disapproval for the potential impact of the bill, ending diversity and inclusion programs and resources on college campuses in the state. Protesters then walked to FAMU campus to address the Board of Governors meeting.
People of color, they have told us our history is irrelevant, that our stories are not worth telling. Yet it is our history that colors this country and serves as its foundation. Queer folk, they have told us that our identities are not of value to this nation, that our perspectives are not to be respected. Yet it is our experiences that inform our thinking and provide nuance where there would not be otherwise.
City Walk continues its battle with the City of Tallahassee to provide overnight housing for those in need. City Walk was ordered to halt overnight resident operations when the Tallahassee Fire Department discovered the building didn't have a working sprinkler system. The order has been paused until April 11th. City Walk is working on coming into compliance with the order. TFD could not comment due to ongoing litigation.
Florida House Bill 1421 will ban transgender care for minors until the legal age of 18 if moved through the House and Senate. The law will make it illegal to alter a person's biological sex on a birth certificate. Doctors who provide any sex-altering drugs will be charged with a third-degree felony. This is one of the many restricting the impact of the LGBTQ community on children.
March for Our Lives is dedicated to eliminating gun violence, and rallies are held all over the country. Skylar Boone tells us more about their recent protest in Tallahassee. Take a look.
Nearly 3,000 gun-related deaths occur in the state of Florida each year, and March for Our Lives is taking steps to lower that number. They recently gathered at the Florida State Capitol and rallied for gun laws, immigration, and minority inequality. President of the Florida Education Association, Andrew Spar, came out representing more than 150,000 teachers across the state of Florida and talked about the power that citizens have.
We would not be in this situation today if we showed up and voted. We would not be in this situation today if we understood the power we have in our hands.
The rally included performances from students and activists and even a surprise visit from Representative Anna Escamani from Orange County. Representative Escamani spoke on the irony of gun laws.
They want everyone to have guns all around them, but don't bring guns into the committee room. Well, I filed an amendment to strike that language out.
March for Our Lives is a national organization, and Tallahassee is just one of many stops on their tour to fight against injustice. I'm here today at the Florida State Capitol at the March for Our Lives rally, where students, citizens, and representatives spoke out against gun violence, book bans, and fighting for their voices to be heard. Behind me, they're working on letters to their representatives, and they are about to march them into the session right after this. For FAMU TV 20 News at 5, I'm Skylar Boone.
In 2021, there were 44,851 deaths from gun violence, and currently over 100 Americans' lives are lost to gun violence each day. March for Our Lives' goal is to put an end to gun violence.
Florida House Bill 5 is threatening to repeal provisions relating to economic development programs. The bill introduced into legislation would remove the state designation and governance of statewide advisory boards of economic and professional development programs. Additionally, it would require them to submit an annual report to the governor and state legislation. The bill was added to the Ways and Means Committee agenda yesterday.
And one thing we really wanted to do with the Florida SBDC network is really highlight our small business in the state of Florida. You know, before we come to the Capitol, we talk about the SBDC and what we did, but we've shifted this event to be more about the small business owners. So, you know, this is our first event this year as Small Business Days at the Capitol.
The Tallahassee Classical School was invited by the mayor of Florence, Italy, to the Florence Museum for their study on Michelangelo's nude statue. After parents complained that sixth graders should not be shown a nude image, Principal Hope Karaschia was forced to resign. Some believe that these lessons go against Florida Governor Ron DeSantis' Stop Woke Act that was signed in 2022 prohibiting instruction of race relations or diversity.
Florida A&M University, Florida State University, and Tallahassee Community College teamed up to celebrate women and girls in STEM on Tuesday. The event aims to promote STEM literacy in minority children and help bridge the gap in the number of minority women in STEM fields. The children spent time speaking with STEM mentors, local organizations, and participating in different science and engineering experiments.
And so this gives them an opportunity to speak with them about their journey in hopes that they would hear something that intrigues them or even inspires them to want to pursue those particular STEM careers. So we have among us today, we have scientists, we have computer engineers, we have engineers, we even have some nursing professionals. And so all of them are sharing their amazing stories about how they ended up in their fields.
On News 20 at 5, a Florida couple is being held captive in Haiti for a ransom that their families might not be able to pay.
Also, a fire breaks out in a migrant center that leaves several dead. Stay tuned. You're watching News 20 at 5.